1 year. That's how long it's been since I created the very first episode of Board in Quarantine, March 23rd, 2020, and it is now 1 year later. That's bizarre. That doesn't feel like a real thing to me. But you know what? I figured what better way to celebrate this momentous occasion than watching the entire first season of Board in Quarantine over again. I'm not going to watch the whole series because that'd be like 2 hours, and I'm not doing that. Nobody's going to watch that. But yeah, no, after I'm done, I'll talk a little bit about season 2 and season 3 and how all that went, and then I'll give some sneak peeks to season 4, since that I've been working on that since November, and it'll be coming out at some point. I'm working on it though. It's going. But yeah, let's watch.
Stop! You're under arrest from the Senate.
I am the Senate.
No, you can't. No, it's not. You can't. You're not the Senate. No, you're under arrest from the Galactic Federation.
It's treason, then.
Oh my god. Okay, so when I had made this episode, I had no idea how to edit on iMovie, and I had no idea that this was gonna turn into a whole series. I just made this because because of the title. I was bored in quarantine, and I was like, well, what else am I gonna do? The original idea was that I was just gonna recreate famous movie scenes over the course of a couple days, but it just kind of evolved, especially with you'll see the first 4 episodes of season 1 are basically just me screwing around, and then episode 5 is when it actually starts, like, getting serious. But yeah, no, I had no idea how to edit with this first episode, and I made it, and I was just like, the first person I showed it to was my mom. I was like, hey mom, look at this, and she's like, oh cool, and she went back, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I didn't even want to upload these to YouTube until I realized that I could make it into like a serialized show. But yeah, on to episode 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this is the beginning of this series, fascination with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If any of you can't tell, this series is just filled with JoJo references from all the way from season 1 through season 2 through season 3. Each season is based on a part, or at least indirectly based on a part of JoJo. So like season 1 has no real connection to JoJo aside from a couple references. Season 2 is partially based on part 2 with 2 main characters, and they're fighting a vampire, and there's like a mask and all that. Season 3 is just almost a direct ripoff of part 3. Like, there are differences in the way the plot works, but the essential bread and butter of it, especially the ending, is just a flat copy of part 3. And then I'm making season 4 right now, and it's inspired a great deal by part 5. You'll see a lot of stuff like with the mafia theme, and Giorno's theme shows up a couple times and all that good stuff. The plot is not exactly the same, but there are some fights in there, and you'll be like, oh, I know where that's from, if you've ever watched JoJo. I have no creativity whatsoever. Oh yeah, this is when Luke first showed up. I that fade transition wasn't intentional, but it's in there for some reason. Oh, that's my profile picture.
You know, you can't turn me to the dark side. Not as you did my father.
My hair is so giant. I look like Jimmy Neutron.
Hold up, that's the wrong.
I don't know how I managed to sound exactly like Lego Yoda. I don't know how that's possible, but I did it, so. Oh my god.
You throw another mood at me, and I'm gonna lose it. Stark. You know me?
I had the thing.
You're not the only one obsessed with knowledge. Oh yeah? What knowledge would that be? Wouldn't you like to know? I guess it's the knowledge that...
It's treason, then.
Okay, so yeah, the first two, all these episodes. This is sort of when the plot started occurring because I realized I was like, wait, Palpatine is showing up in every single episode, and if you look at the next episode, episode 5 is when it starts getting serialized. I'm like, oh, I could make a plot out of this, and that's how the whole series started. So I was just kind of futzing around for these first couple ones, and then I eventually realized that Palpatine was showing up in every episode, and I was like, oh, I can serialize this. And also another fun thing is that lightning effect, I didn't know how to do green screen effects at the time. I couldn't do my own. So I had my friend Ben do that for me. And he did a couple other ones. When Palpatine snorts the Infinity Stones later in the series, that effect was also done by my friend Ben. All right, episode 5.
Palpatine.
Oof, that editing is wacky.
I thought I killed you 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, but then I forced you.
My hair is...
What? Damn it. Is that actually canon?
Yeah, sir, it checks out. It's Disney.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid my new secret power will be fully armed and operational by the time your precious Disney executives arrive.
Jesus, I forgot how meta this was.
Why don't you ascend the stairs to find out?
Oh yeah.
The dark
Oh
side
yeah, I forgot about this.
is
I totally ripped this off from JoJo.
unnatural. You'll never know. Skywalker. And now,
Meow.
using my special abilities, I'll kill you.
Oh wait, I forgot that the gardening glove was the Infinity Gauntlet.
Iron Man couldn't force heal. Nonsense. I like the originals better anyway.
Luke Skywalker's log.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, episode 5 was the first one that was serialized, and the rest of it kind of went as well.
Palpatine is trapped in the Shadow Realm with the Infinity Gauntlet. And I know how he did it. You see, he's been traversing multiverses, stealing powers, using the most mystical machine known to mankind. The plot device.
Now, how Luke knew what the plot device was is beyond me.
The fictional universes I know he stole it from. And I know this because I've been doing some research. See, I've been doing some research in the Shadow Realm. And so I figured this out. So I went to the Star Wars universe, killed some knockoff version of Mace Windu, tried to kill me.
Oh, the audio problems.
Marvel universe. There's a bit of a Disney theme here. He went to the Marvel universe. He killed Iron Man and some big purple guy. I think his name is Ronald. He got the big yellow glove. Then he went to some weirdo town place where he killed some gay vampire and got a time stopping powers. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out as it goes along. But
Yeah, I don't know. That was an editing mistake.
really freaky. So I'm gonna see if I can.
God, the audio leveling was so bad here.
I guess trying to open up a portal to the Shadow Realm with a broomstick isn't going to help. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Have this iPad charger. Fetch! I don't think there's a way out, guys. I don't think there's gonna be a way out of the Shadow
That was
Realm.
like the only part of the series I think is like genuinely funny.
I think I'm gonna die here.
Have an iPad charger, fetch! What's funny is Palpatine totally would have won if he hadn't done this. Because Van Helsing would have never gotten the plot device, and then Kylo Ren would have never gotten the plot device, and then he never would have snorted it, and yada yada.
Our final battle commences.
Oh yeah, the reason I had Palpatine's cloak off is because every time I did the sword fighting choreography, it would fall off if I had it over my head. Oh, that was a pretty blatant breakage of the 180 rule.
You think you'll scare me with that marriage story lightsaber? Well, it's treason then.
What's funny is that this last episode here, because season 1 is obviously like, I mean, objectively it's the worst one because there's no serialization behind. There's no story. There's no characters. There's no good writing or anything like that. But this episode is one of the best episodes. Like it's like top 10 episodes of the entire series for me, just because it was just such a. I don't know. You can watch it on its own and have a ton of fun with it without having any other context. And I think that's something that's been lost as the series has gone on. Like you can't just pop into a random part of season 3 and just watch it because you need all the context beforehand. So I really think that this is like I don't think I've been able to top this episode for a while. There have been episodes, I think like some episodes like the Jabba the Hutt episode in season 3, I really enjoyed doing that one. I thought that was really enjoyable to watch. I think also the first battle between Kylo Ren and Van Helsing. I think the first 4 episodes of season 2 are really fun to watch as well because they sort of have a season 1 vibe to them. But then once I stopped using that god awful faded out that washed out filter, it sort of had a more serialized format, and that sort of continued like that through the series. Season 4 is very different from this, though. It's really interesting watching it.
Well, young Skywalker, it seems you've improved your abilities.
Yeah, I have.
God, my hair is like a little pad.
Wearing that infinity glove. What did you do with those stones?
I looked at the camera. I loved how that was to the beat of the music. That's awesome. That shot was awful to film because I had to put my phone between my legs and then go like, it was so awful.
I wonder when the Avengers are gonna show up today.
I thought Thanos died.
Give me the fucking ice.
Oh yeah, I had my brother film that sword fight, and after that I was like, I have to use handheld because I can't ask people to film for me. Oh my god. Back when I thought editing this was hard, I've done so much worse since then. Oh.
14 hours.
In terms of
Sword fights are hard to edit with one person, you know?
yeah, imagine using a green screen.
You wanna know how I got these cars? No.
This was just me screwing around, like just like throwing random ideas. At one point I did a like a Shakespeare riff, and I was Mercutio from Romeo and Juliet, but I scrapped the idea.
Under the bed. He wants you to truck a golden ring across the desert and become a crack addict. What's your shirt?
I don't know that guy.
Unless you're a robot, kid, get out of my hideout.
I don't know who that is. Not like I live with him or anything.
Hey, Morty! Get a look at this guy. He's a little space traveler.
That was just me doing impressions. Oh man. don't know how Palpatine got there. What? Yeah, you can see the cloak is coming off. Yeah, yeah, it's started to come off.
Enough of this. Young Skywalker. I'm sorry about this.
No, he's not.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Possible. He just moved and stopped time.
I was so proud of that effect of him getting launched back. I had to use a trampoline.
Places at once. How are you in two places at once?
That was just when I went full JoJo. I just went, screw it, full JoJo.
Infinite number of realities. And in just one of them, there happened to be a version of me that was willing to make a heroic sacrifice. All I had to do was move his finger with this gizmo here, and I gotcha. You've been beaten, Palpatine.
There are more young Skywalker.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter where you're going.
Oh.
Nothing will matter.
That line was never explained, or never elaborated upon. I have no idea why I put that there. Jesus Christ, my hair. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't. Oh my God.
Failure.
I am the Regula.
And I bid you welcome to my house.
Oh my God. I love how I said season 2 coming at some point, and it came back like it came back like 2 days later, because I don't know. Okay, so yeah, basically, yeah, as I continued making the series, it just got more and more serialized over time. The whole Dracula thing was a bit of an inside joke with my friends, in regards to the fact that prior to quarantine we were supposed to do the show Dracula at my high school. I was gonna play Renfield, like the little gremlin that the gremlin servant. And so I decided, it was like, well, let's have Dracula be the main villain of the next season. And that was what we ended up doing. And so season 2 also had the I wanted to establish a thing where the first episode of every season parodied a movie scene, but I didn't continue that in season 3 or season 4, just because it I don't know. As the series got more serialized, I couldn't rely on that kind of stuff anymore. But yeah, no. So I guess before I skabingle out of here today, anyone who stuck around, if you want some good old fashioned info on season 4, maybe check out the video An Important Message on my channel. There's a playlist called The Hard Drive. Not every video in there is important to season 4. There's a lot of red herrings. So like you'll see stuff and you'll be like, oh, maybe that's it, but it's not it. There's a lot of red herrings in there, but there's at least 1 or 2 videos in there that are like buried in there that have pretty important plot relevance for season 4. So be sure to watch that in your theorizing. Anyways, yeah, happy anniversary of Bored in Quarantine.